Hey guys and girls, welcome back to Greatest Good Tarot. I hope you're doing well and all that good stuff and keeping out of mischief and blah, blah, blah things. I'm a bit frazzled. This is the second time that I've recorded this because the first time I got to about here and then a great big wasp, just a killer wasp. Oh, it was scary. And I'm like, it's only the beginning of May. How are you? So I had to get rid of that. Because I'm butch and manly, and I in no way did I start calling for my mummy. But no, it's all good. This is, I think, the one that everybody has been looking forward to for finding out the aftermath of the local elections here in the UK. This is for Nigel Farage and Reform. So we've done Labour. That was we've done Conservatives, which was we did Lib Dems, which are and now we're doing. This is I think this is how politics should go on from now on. There's too much flappy face. We should just do it via grunts and just and other noises to just be able to go and work out. I'm talking absolute rubbish, aren't I? So anyway, could be an idea. They had the swingometer. They could have the gruntometer. What do you think about Ed Davies? Immediately it would just start sounding like a herd of cattle or something. But it's a work in progress. We could work this out. I'm sure we could fix this. It would be fine. So here we go. Let's find out what's happening for Nigel Farage and Reform Party for their the aftermath of the local elections. For the greatest good for all concerned. Thank you. Always be appreciative. Yes, please. Rule number one. But yeah, overall, it seems a lot of them are actually kind of paying attention to what's going on. So this would be fascinating to find out what's going to happen here. So here we go. Nigel Farage, Wheel of Fortune, good luck, good karma, good destiny, straight off the bat. Very, very lovely. You know, it kind of the I should have stuck with the moo. The momentum is continuing. Good luck, good karma, good destiny. Ace of Swords. This breakthrough, momentum, justice, speaking truth, temperance, patience, working out, that kind of stuff. So overall, the first line here on like the base level, this is going to keep on going, keep sorting stuff out. What I'm getting here with the Ace of Swords is, unlike other parties we've discussed, it feels as if there is going to be a lot more meat on the bone, policy-wise, quicker from Reform. It feels as if they realise, like we've predicted here on this channel, that there is going to be an election a lot sooner than people realise. And I think that's where we're going to like publicly see a lot more information, truth, knowledge, information, clarity. Same with the justice, truth, knowledge, information, clarity. Kind of making, I don't want to say doubling down necessarily, but kind of more information, more, clarity. It just keeps coming back to clarity. Temperance is just a matter of time. They're just, they're not watching, as it or clock watching, but it's like, we've got this, lads. It's all right. Empress. Wow. Surrounded by the fruits of her labour, her harvest. Yeah. What does that really mean in real life? That's the skills, the mindset, the friends, the family, the connections, the driving license, the skills, the mindset, all that good stuff surrounding there. Really taking it really does feel like hitting the ground running. Really kind of I'm getting, I know I haven't got that far, but I'm getting a fact that these what's the word I'm looking for? These audits in the councils that they are now running. I think there's 10 of them, and they're second in a lot of other councils. If they want to partner up with Reform, the basis is that we've got to reform, not reform. They've got to do these audits on payments and things like that, and what's happening in the council. I think that's really gonna. I think this is more about the justice and the truth here, kind of exposing what's been happening in these councils that they've got real influence over. Because it's going to double down, it feels like, on the narrative they've already started to construct. If you get what I'm saying. It's like, between the two parties, they're both rubbish. They're both the same party, basically. There's no choice amongst them, which is true. That's what I believe. You know, I've always said for many a year now that there is technically no choice between the two parties. It is pretty much depending on how fast you want things to go on particular areas. Conservatives will go faster on certain areas and slower on others. And vice versa for Labour, and basically you'll get to the same point. There is no, the same goal, the same destination. There is no kind of change there. There is no choice, as it were. So I feel like as soon as these audits start coming out, very similar to what's been going on with Trumpy Trump and Daddy Elon Musk in America, these kind of, why are we paying, as an example, why are we paying out over there, or what's the word I'm looking for? The pensions and things like that for people that are 200 years old plus or 125 and plus. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. It's that kind of. I think the latest one, but I haven't looked into it. It was just kind of a headline on my scroll, as it were, where I believe it was this weekend that it came out that I think it was 100,000 federal workers are also getting benefits over there as well. And why, if they're working full time with the feds, why are they also getting benefit? It's that kind of, all this kind of stuff is going to be coming, and it's more and more over there with the two-party system, which is right or wrong, depending how you look at it. Kind of more and more exposing of the Democrats over there, and a similar thing's going to be happening over here. And I feel like it's going to be detrimental to pretty much everybody, including the Lib Dems, I feel like, in some respects. But that's what I'm getting with the justice here, speaking truth of what's actually been going on, and the contracts and things like that. So that's interesting. Unknown card, which is one of the 4 additional cards in this deck, if you're new, and that we refer to as the Epic Arcana. So we've got the Minor Arcana, the Major Arcana, the Epic Arcana. And this is, we don't know what's inside this egg. We don't know what's here, but we have the faith that we know it's a chick. We don't have to smash it open and go, oh, look, there's a chick. Let's try and put this egg back together now. We don't need to. We know when it's ready, it will come out, it'll all be good. Okay, it's having the faith in the situation. We're leaning into it kind of thing. So the fact that it's central to this reading is fascinating to me. Actually fascinating from what it's almost as if it's almost as if it's a foregone conclusion kind of thing. It's already, this exposure is already going to, it's just a matter of time. Hence the patience up here with the Temperance card. King of Wands again. Vision, eyes on the prize. And I find it fascinating that we've got the Empress card on this side, which both of these feel as if they are It's the mentality. Obviously, this is Nigel Farage's reading and reform and stuff, but it's the mentality of we've built good stuff. It's just a matter of time, to really expose what's really been going on. Okay, I'm getting. I've got the theme tune of Panorama in my head, as if like reform are, rightly or wrongly, depending on where you are, coming in to kind of. They know. It's almost as if they know already. It's just finding the evidence for it. Hence they have the faith. They're both looking at this, these audits, looking into what's really been going on with all the main parties, as it were. Wow. It's like like they have faith in this is just going to be a domino effect. And there's no example, there won't be any form of ways of getting out of it because the data is there. So, like I said, similar to what, rightly or wrongly, Trumpy Trump, Daddy Elon Musk over in America doing the Doge thing. Okay. So, Hangman. Interesting. That's interesting because that feels as if that's something that is kind of a spanner in the works. They weren't expecting. And I think we may need to look into that one a little bit more to find out what's going on there. Queen of Swords, though, they're speaking the truth, though. Cold, can be harsh, but are speaking from what they've... It's almost as if it is worse than they expected. That kind of energy. But like I said, we'll get the dinky deck out in a minute to clarify that one, because it does feel as if there's something kind of... I don't want to say detrimental, but it's strong. It's quite a WTF moment. But they still speak about it. And the Beyond card, wow, another Epic Arcana deck, card there. The Beyond card is when your soul, your third eye, your higher self, higher being are all in alignment. It's that kind of... It's not about what color rosette it is. It's bigger than the party. It's bigger than it's that kind of energy there. So let me go to the Hangman in a second. Four of Pentacles, overarching energy, safe, security, comfort blanket. Nige, good old Nige. Nigel and Reform are like comfortable. They're safe. They're comfortable. But this Hangman, I just want to, and even though they're going to be talking about it, and it's like, I almost want to say exposing it, because the Panorama theme tunes come back in, which I haven't heard in years, to be honest with you. But it's that kind of energy about it, and now I've just seen like Dispatches logo, kind of that kind of investigative, truth of the matter kind of energy. And it's kind of bigger than them. It's bigger than point scoring, as it were. Of which, and once again, I was very... The disclaimer was at the beginning of Ed Davey reading and Lib Dems. Don't particularly like the person. But where that reading was about almost as if it was point scoring and it backfires, this is more about... Even though others will say it's about point scoring, it's like, no. Very similar energy to what we had with Kemi, actually. It's yeah, I'm trying to work out whether or not it's connected with what's exposed and the. Do I shuffle? I'm shuffling. Okay. Hangman. Can we clarify Hangman, please? Can we clarify? King of Cups in reverse. But it does feel like a council thing. It does feel like victory, success. Wow. Overarching energy. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So let's have a look here. Page of Cups. King of Cups. Tower. Yeah, this is big. This is I don't want to talk about it. This is the grooming thing. This is like, I don't know which county it is or which council it is, but I feel this feels as if it's got that inkling about it. Yes, we've got the audit up here, but this hangman is like, no, this is for the right reasons. We've got to do it for the right reasons, kind of energy. It almost feels like the tower here. The King of Cups feels as if it's like a Labour council that they were part of. And maybe we need to do some investigative journalism. If you wouldn't mind, the comments down below. If you know which one it is, it feels like it was a Labour seat. And it's them bidding because they've taken over the council now. And it's like, well, we've got to, because it's now in a bidding process. And in the last couple of days, I've noticed that people are going, especially Kemi, is saying, well, which councils are going to invite in scrutiny of themselves? And I feel as if this is kind of what's going to happen with this audit down here. They're like, no, come on, we're going to bid for that money. We're going to start doing it. Because it's the right thing to do, especially with the mumsy card here, being practical about it. With the Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles. Because it's the right thing to do. And because they've got the majority, they can just do it. It's almost like a clean slate. No, it's almost like, because none of us are involved in this, not from like a brown nosy, squeaky clean kind of thing, but they've got nothing in the fight, and we're putting our money where our mouth is, kind of thing. Let's do this. We're going to do it. It's that kind of energy there. Hence the tower. It feels as if, yeah, it's that energy of down here that it's way worse than they originally expected it to be, kind of energy. Let's get the Kipper deck out. Let's find out here. Go back to. But if anyone knows, please share down below in the comments. It does feel like a Labour seat that they've now taken over fully as a. Is Durham? Is Durham one of them? Something like, it's similar to that. Kind of like, was Labour for like whatever, how long? I don't know, it was hung for a bit. That's what she said. But I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. That's what she said too. No. Serious. Come on. But it's one of those situations where it's the control is gone. And so now because it's like, no, we've got to sort this. It's the right thing to do no matter what kind of thing. So let's go and get this kipper. 2 more. Okay. 1, 2. I've just been told you're a donut you can't count. I was in the middle of one as was. Okay. There we go. Right. Okay. Wealthy man. Yeah. Makes sense. With bad health. Overarching energy. Unexpected income. That's that victory there. That bad health feels more about the council or about the situation, and they're willing to take the journey to do it. The wealthy man feels as if they're partnering up they kind of bid for the money as well as this wealthy man coming in to put the money in as well. I know they've already said that they would fund this kind of exposing, but I think it goes further than even the original, like the main parties, Labour, Conservative, Lib Dems expected it to do, because this person steps up and go, look, here's some money as well. Yeah, it does feel. It's interesting that we've got 4 of Pentacles overarching energy. This is up to a 4 and is mirrored to this 4, bringing that stability. Yeah, that homeliness, as it were. And then the 10, end of a cycle. They go on the journey. They go on the Queen of Swords. They go and kind of end of a cycle, beginning of a new kind of thing. Interesting. Okay. Cartoon clarity, and then we'll find out the outcome of this. But this is taken, for me reading this is kind of taken a left field kind of. But it feels like a defining moment for reform. It feels like it's almost as if for them doing it, pressures is the domino effect of all the other councils to do it as well. It's that kind of, because then you've got what we said at the beginning of the year, similar to, and it's started to happen now, if you've noticed in the news, people comparing to America. If Americans can have it, why can't we with Trumpy Trump? Good or bad, but it's happening. The comparison is happening. Similar to will happen here is you'll have charities and institutions and people involved and victims and so on and so forth, all clubbing together in other areas of the country going, well, if they can have it, why can't we? What are you so scared of? Kind of energy. Yeah. Yeah. So have I cut this or not? I've been told to cut again. Okay. Cut again. Doopy-doopy-doo. Okay. Better? Are we better? We're better. Right. Okay. Compromise. So look at this compromise here. That's on the temperance card. Okay. Compromise is an interesting one for me because it feels as if it's more about it's more about a scheduling thing, kind of like a timeline of events more than a kind of listening to different points of view, if you get me. It's more about, okay, we'll do this first and then we'll do this kind of energy. Yeah. And I think that is the compromise within, obviously this is from Nigel Farage's point of view. It's his reading, and reform. So I feel like it's more of a scheduling thing than a what subject trumps another subject. I hope that makes sense. But it feels it's I think, let's put it really simply. They'll all get done. It's just which one first. Okay, I can speak. I finally got there. Shh, it's fine. I got there in the end. Let's have a look at here. Stop. Yeah. Yeah. This puts the. There is something that they find. I feel like. I don't think this is exactly right, but I'll say it anyway. So we've got it captured. It's something like, through the audit, something comes up, which puts the brakes on, and it's like, that's what then, okay, we need to investigate this. This is ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. And that's the kind of, it's that kind of energy. And I think that's what the compromise is. It's like we can only do, due to facilities, people, like the resources in the council, in the party, all that kind of. We can only do one of two things. We've got to do. This is way more. This is ridiculous. We've got to find where this leads, kind of thing. It's that kind of energy. A vow, yes, making a promise, as it were, kind of like, we will get to the end of this kind of energy. Saving. This feels as if it's going back to the resources thing. It's doing the right things with what little they have and using it wisely is what I'm getting here. Overarching energy, third wheel. Yeah, this feels like this feels as it, like, yes, all right, the other parties are all attacking reform at the moment because they're basically the new kids on the block in comparison to all the others, right? You know, they've rebranded several times, whatever. But it's like this feels as if it feels as if there's some form of trying, and it's not them, because they continue on doing it, right? They continue on exposing this. But this feels as if, like, others are trying to hoodwink or dismantle or somehow corrupt what they're exposing. It's what I'm getting is that it's more civil service rather than a political party as such. It's almost as if they do the audit, they find the thing, which takes them on this kind of tangent. They commit to the tangent, and they said, look, promising that we'll get back to this, but this is ridiculous. We've got to find out where this leads. And it's the third wheel here, this distrust, this kind of sabotagey energy are the kind of employees of the council, not the council. There's this kind of rift between the two. That's what I'm kind of getting here with that. Yeah, it feels as if this is what I'm on about down here, where it goes further than they originally think it did, and it kind of really kind of it feels like dismantling this web Hence the bad health. How bad this, how corrupt, how rotten, whatever word you want to put in there, it really is. Yeah. So you've got one side, before we just get to the outcome, so we've got one side here where it kind of exposes, as an example, the previous Labour council, whatever, what's happening there for the longest time, blah, 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 that kind of thing. Some people come on the same page as like, no, this is bigger than us. This is bigger than reform. This is not a reform thing. We've just got to get to the, get justice and that kind of stuff, speak truth, find out, expose light, blah, blah, blah. And then the other side, you've then got the ones who were always there and turned a blind eye kind of energy that are trying to save their own bacon, as it were, and push back. But it kind of, it's almost like we've made a promise and we're going to complete this no matter what. I think this is, I don't think they've realized what like can of worms they've opened up here. At the beginning, I don't think they truly realize how far this goes. And that's the danger of it. Because they're going up against people that they don't know who their foes are, if that makes sense. Yeah. And I think there's also something about this is going beyond the remit of the audit, as it were. This goes beyond just the council. This goes beyond, I'm getting, like, as an example, police. This goes beyond the boundaries, and I think that's part of the pushback as well. It's like, get back in your box kind of energy. It's like, no, we're just following where this where this leads. Outcome to this, please. Outcome for reform. And Nigel Farage, please, after the local elections. Thank you. Always be appreciative. Mm-hmm. Okay. This has gone into a situation where I didn't think it would go as well. So, but this is, just to be clear, this has got nothing to do, it feels like, with, it feels different to the Kemi and the Lib Dem thing that we've posted today. This feels like this feels like it's quite big, and it also feels like that it's sooner on the timeline to, at this present time, with the energies that I'm feeling, is like sooner than the 5-6 months that we were feeling with the Lib Dems and stuff, and Kemi. It feels as if this, I don't want people to think that I've got like favoritism or anything, because I always, all politicians, I think, are just flappy faces, right? So, also they all can get their pension plans and stuff. They don't really, it's all a numbers game to them, innit? So they don't, majority of them don't feel, it doesn't feel like they're actually wanting to help anybody, if you get what I'm saying. But the Lib Dem thing and the Kemi thing almost feels like a response to what this is, to show they're relevant too. And I don't mean that in, well, Lib Dems it feels like it's plotting planning in that one. But this feels like something separate. And it almost feels like it almost feels, and I'm like, and should I put my name to it? Like, at this present time, okay, the energy is here right now. At this present time, it feels as if with these two things happening almost like tandem kind of thing, where it almost wipes out Lib Dems and Labour, and we kind of end up with like Reform versus Conservatives in Parliament. That's what this feels. This feels as if this wipes out a lot of Lib Dem support, a lot of Labour support, and that's where we kind of end up with a Farage versus Kemi kind of play. That's the kind of energy I'm getting, which I've never, like, until I've started it, I never felt that before. This is still kind of new. This is just coming in right now, so it's a bit new. So I think that's what we're looking at here, because this and whatever the Lib Dems are doing, that backfires. This is big. This is Page of Cups again. This feels like resources, support in that respect. It doesn't feel like money, but it's of value. It's like counseling support, kind of resources in that respect, kind of supporting victims, supporting people, supporting whistleblowers, supporting, that kind of thing. It doesn't feel as if it's a money thing. It's more of a resources clubbing together to help people speak up and truly kind of get to the bottom of whatever this is. Two of Pentacles, balancing act, which is what we talked about up here with the compromise thing. High Priestess, which is very similar energies to the Beyond card at the bottom here, which is all about kind of doing the right thing, following their intuition. Two of Wands, making the decision to do so. That strangely enough, that's literally what I feel some other people are like within this are doing, kind of taking the deep breath and going, go on then, let's go, let's do it. This is a rabbit hole of discovery. This is yeah. Empress. Wow. It was just up here, wasn't it? The Empress. Finding the resources, finding the connections, finding the people, that kind of thing. The fact that we've got the High Priestess and the Empress at the same time is phenomenal to me. Because we're following our intuition, following where we need to go, where we're being nudged, downloads, whatever you want to call them, and then putting physical work, physical resources in play, making it happen. Page of Wands, Justice again. Wow. Wow. The Page of Wands I'm getting is kind of like a thread on a tapestry, kind of pull and pull and pull and pull, and then all of a sudden it's kind of legal things. Five of Wands, yeah, that's this kind of get back in your box. You don't know what you're talking about. You haven't got the authority to do this, blah, blah, blah stuff. That's what that feels like. World card, new cycle, new beginnings, which is the 10, the journey, the new journey that they're going on. Knight of Cups. Wow. I love the fact that we've gone from the Page of Cups to the Knight of Cups. For me, that feels as if it's kind of timid. Okay, compromise. Let's go and find out where this goes. And then by the end of it, it's and resources and support and you can trust us kind of energy. And it ends up being kind of, it's almost like detrimental kind of effort, kind of energy, kind of like it's like leveling up. People through their actions can see that what's happening, and so they kind of gain more resources. They find more support. They find overarching Wheel of Fortune. We started and ending on the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. This, even if you don't like this reform, this is the final nail in the coffin. Them doing this is the final nail in the coffin for everybody else. But like I said, Kemi, I think, and the Conservatives are the official opposition. And this wipes out Lib Dems and Labour. Yeah. Mainly, I think it's the and obviously read between the lines on this one if you want. I need to be careful of what I say, but it feels as if with the Justice card, it's staring me out that there is the connections, and like photos posted on Instagram and publicity of other, like that's the kind of the downfall of Labour and Lib Dems for this. It's the double whammy for the Lib Dems. But this feels as if, like with the Justice twice, like journalists show, and this is purely as an example, purely as just, they'll see whatever they're finding, people, whatever they're kind of exposing here, photographed with Stutter and Starmer or Davey. You know what I mean? It's like, well, you've met them, it's publicity. You've campaigned for them. You've done this for them. That kind of thing, kind of going back through social media, the connections that way, if you get me. Not for all of them, but it's enough to kind of the domino effect. It's that kind of energy there. Yeah, this feels huge. This feels like burnout. This is the problem with this one. I feel like this could burn, like energy wise, burn out reform. They'll get respect for it. They'll get the wins from it, but I feel like this will, like, just energetically, what they're dealing with, the evidence they're finding, the connections with people, you know what I mean, all that kind of stuff. It's just kind of like mentally and emotionally as individuals, and the time and all that kind of stuff. I think that's it's really gonna, like, some people, it's really gonna affect them. Yeah, this is something big. This is, yeah. I'm just darkness and classified knowledge. Yeah, This is what we're talking about here. This is the like what's in the dark is coming to light. This is kind of this kind of it was meant to happen. It's about to happen. The breakthrough. This is the thing. I feel like there's so many people, and then the outrage of it, the absolute kind of the fire, the passion. That's you and me. That's protests. That's like outrage, proper the final straw, the last nail in the coffin kind of thing. This feels like, you know, I've got duties, keep quiet, kind of like hunker down, head down. This is these kind of just doing our job kind of thing, just doing what we're told kind of thing. Yeah. This has turned this is not where I expected this to go. Hold on. Final thing, and then God, this has gone on forever. I am so sorry. And the strength underneath that. Page of Wands. Can we clarify the Page of Wands, please? Can we clarify the Page of Wands, please? Thank you. And then we'll get the hell out of here, all right? So let's just do Page of Wands, please. Can we clarify the Page of Wands, please? Because I think that's Tommy. Seven of Swords. Okay. It almost feels like Four of Pentacles again, twice now. And Five of Pentacles, no longer in the cold. Because I was just about to finish there and I suddenly heard I've been telling you this for years kind of energy. And it suddenly switched to feeling like, because it almost feels like Tommy and his wand here, as an example, dirty sod, exposing, has already exposed the corruption, the betrayal, the shiftiness, the kind of deception. And for the fact that the Five of Pentacles is in reverse, back in the fold, as it were, kind of out and about. Whenever he comes out, I think that it's soon, isn't it? Obviously, you've got to recoup and all that kind of stuff, but it feels as if whatever this is, wherever it is, he's already talked about it. He's already exposed it, and it's the final kind of there's something here that it all marries up. It all comes together. It all, we're all on the same page finally, as it were. There's something. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I know. I've waffled on this one, but this one, like as you've witnessed, has just gone weird. Yeah. And I'm sure we've already predicted at some point back in the day that Farage and Tommy would, everybody would come together kind of thing. I think this is it. I think this is the starting of, like I said, it's beyond party politics. This is beyond kind of the usual kind of silos. This is like, we're all in it together. We've got to do this together. Working together. So yeah, this is big. This is This is proper. Yeah, I'll leave it here now. Sorry, I'm just double going through the energies, double checking that I've covered everything. But I'll finish off with from where I started off with the Four of Pentacles, thinking that it was kind of security, safety, that kind of thing. It feels more. It's turned, especially with the second Four of Pentacles. The more I tap into it, it feels as if it's more holding on to information, holding on to control, holding on to, and it's not it. That's what they're fighting, not politically, not electorally, not parliamentary. This is holding on to control with the truth, holding on to control with kind of covering each other's backs, as it were. It's that kind of energy outwardly, like towards reform, not it being reform, as we've discussed. Wow. All right, I'll leave it because sorry, the energies that are this just it just feels yucky. Sorry, all the way through this, it just feels yucky and corrupt and manipulative and deceitful and just that kind of thing. And I just feel dirty. Yeah, it's that kind of energy. So well done for surviving this long. Oh wow, we really have waffled. Okay. We'll leave it here for now. But this does feel like July. This feels kind of maybe end of June, maybe July, kind of the first kind of start. It kind of drip. It's like it feels like drip, drip, drip. It's like starts off the audit, this, that, and the other, and then it kind of slowly but surely goes off track, and it's like, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so thank you very much indeed for spending your time and company with me. As always, if you enjoyed the way I read and that kind of stuff, please thummy like. It genuinely helps out the channel, and subscribe and ding-a-ling and all that kind of stuff. Comment, like I said, comment down below if you know the characteristics of this particular council, so we can keep an eye out on it. But until next time, where we do this crazy shenanigans all over again, take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.